So, as it's nearly ending the riding season, I class myself as an all-time biker. I don't stop riding. Well, last year I rode all year because I didn't have a car. This year I have got a car, so I'm using that for work at a minute. While the weather's on and off, it's a bit safer. But even though for middle of November, it's quite nice out today. So, as you might be able to hear, I've got the bike running. I'm going to warm it up. I'm going to bring it back in the garage, do the oil, check the chain, do it a quick once over, and then I'm going to go for a ride later. And you can come along the ride. Obviously, I haven't got the audio set up yet, so it'll just be a time lapse of my rides, unless I can get some audio working. If I get audio working, because I have got Bluetooth on my helmet, but I've got to work a way out to record. But yeah, hopefully you can enjoy a ride later. Let's get a bike in, get it checked. Right, I'm going to start off with the chain. So spin the back wheel, just check link by link, make sure there are no damage. I just like to go through once just to make sure there's nothing obvious, and then yeah, right, so it looks very good. There's no, don't see that there's no tight spots in there. So it looks slack there, but once on the ground, it's not too bad, but may need adjusting. But I do need to get a new chain and sprocket. Because if you look at my sprocket, I can't really see it because of the light. But yeah, my sprocket's a bit worn. Yeah, I had to excuse the noise. People down the road having a new roof fitted, and I can't film it outside because it'd be too noisy. So I'm filming it inside. There's a bit of, you can see I'm squashing there trying to do this, but yeah, it is what it is. Right, so I'm using a rag. Shouldn't really use a rag, should I? But it's clean rag. Right, oil smells nice and clean. So I like just like, if it smells burnt, you know you got a bit of a problem. Right, screw it on in, screw it back out. It's been sat for a while now. So, and we got, she is about just above minimum. And can't even ban it because I ain't got any oil. But yeah, it should be fine. It's on the mark. It's that good enough. Probably start of next year I'll change the oil in it again. This engine's easy to do because there's no filters. Just drop the oil, put some new oil in. It should be fine. Right, now I've got to move on to the front wheel, so I'm going to have to move out of here because I'm squashed. And yeah, see why she's binding on. I did put new pads in there this year, so the pads should be fine. The disc is alright. I make sure, I'll take it off and I check the piston, won't I? Because it's obviously sticking for some reason. So I'm going to have to probably take the piston out and leave it up, because that's, yeah, that's locked on. Right, so I'm going to have to take this front brake off and have a look at it. Because that's what you didn't want to happen, is that to lock on when you're on a ride. So, let's get this brake off then, and we'll check it, because there's something wrong with it. Because if I didn't check it and went out on a ride, I could have pulled the front brake, that the front brake locked up, all over the bars. So, yeah. I'm hoping though, I don't pull this off and it locks on still. Because then you've got to try and pull the brake apart again, haven't I? Nope. Hey. It's not an 8. What was that, a 9? Nine is loose. It definitely was, that's definitely an 8. Ah, that's an 8. It's just tight on there, that's all. Right, so let's bang that over. Yeah, I can get on there. Change tactics. Can't change tactics. I ain't got the bit I need. I missed my adapter. Right, let's try and bend that right out of the way. Get out on there. Crack her off. Right, come on, rag. Right, lock up again. Right, so I'm gonna have to breathe the brakes again, I think, but it's not a big issue. Right, I've lost pressure. Right, so I now need to take this brake apart and see why she's locking on. And squeeze the brake a bit. Yeah, she's all rusty and grotty in there. So I have to take it out. Right. They do say to get a rag with your pliers, grab it with a rag and pull it out. Or not. Because then that way it doesn't, your teeth don't dig into it, it's not going to scratch it. But she still don't come out because she's that tight. Let's keep pumping it. Might have to pop a shot later and get some brake fluid for it. There you go. But that's only the one, we've got to get that one out yet. Oh. She's not happy coming out, I'll tell you that. She's nearly out, to be fair. Yeah. Right, let's juggle on that. Let's get a good clean up anyway. I'll get some more brake fluid. Right, that's that one out. I don't know if you can see it on there or not. It's all rusty and horrible. Right, so I've got a bit of a problem. I ain't got any much of this left. Or any of it. What I'm going to do is just spray some brake cleaner on there. Get some wire wool and break some off. I don't want to use sandpaper because sandpaper will just score it and make it worse. So just get some sandpaper. Just get it rubbed down with wire wool. Just get some of the rust off. So about replacing them, I'm not going to do much better than what they are. Yeah, that's better you're going to get. As I said, it's cleaner. Definitely a lot cleaner. So, yeah, I'll go with that. But I'll put a little bit on, a little bit of dab, just to make sure it's got a little bit of lubrication on there. So just run it around, especially where the bad bits are. Give it a nice rubbing. So yeah, let's do that. At least like that grease as well, it's waterproof and it's just stopping the water penetrating it more. So I'll put that back in there. Right, and we should be able to hold that one. Right, I've lost all liquid now, so sorry about a bit of pools in the middle there. Camera died, I don't know if it's flat. This is the first time well, one of the first times I'm using it properly. But, yeah, so I'm still learning. But I got the piston coming out. Motor grips do work. Right, so this one's just as bad. Oh, she is quite bad. Right, so we'll release the pressure on the rag with one hand. So we can put the rag in there, soak up all the fluid. I do need to get some more paper rags. So maybe when I go to get some brake fluid, I'll get some rags as well. Not rags, some paper rolls. There you go. Right, she is quite grubby in there, but I don't want to sand or rub down in there because that's where the earrings are. I don't want to mess the earrings up. You can definitely see where it's sat and again. Right, so I'll rub this one down, put it back in. You've seen me do it once, so you don't see it the second time. So I'll do this, come back, fit it. So yeah. Right, rub that one down, get a bit of grease. That's probably too much. Just want a little bit. Right, keep it nice, rub down. So it'll have to be a bit of a part two because I'm going to have to pop to the shop, get some brake fluid. Right, there's some grease on that. Put that one back in. So it'll be part two, but it'll be the same video. You can definitely hear the air in the brake system then. Right, so they're both back in there. Pin. I'm going to actually sand that pin down without doing too much damage to that O-ring. So what I'll do, to save me, you could take that O-ring off, but I fear by taking that O-ring off, it looks like it might snap. So what I'll do, I'm going to get some masking tape, mask that end off, and just sand the middle bit where it's all rusted and corroded. It's probably not going to help, is it? It's going to... I suppose that bit don't move, does it? The brain you move around... Does it go in and out, does it? It's not going to hold on. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Because it pushed the brake along that and it's getting caught on that big rusty bit and then there's not putting back past that maybe. So that could be a problem, is that. So, I'll go sand this down and then we'll go from there. See what happens. Okay, so I don't think we can see any difference, but she is now near enough clean and brand new. So, got some juggling skills to learn on. Copper grease, so just grease this up, put it all back together. Get some, what I'll do literally is just around the edge, like that. Big dollop on there. Rag. Rub it in with the rag. Normally use a brush, but I haven't got a brush at the minute. I lost my brush. Right, let's put that on a clean surface for later. Right, so that's the inside one. That's the outside one. So just gonna get my rag, give it a bit of a rub on the back side. Get tip of the rag. Let's re-grease up, especially in there. It sits on that hanger bit there, so we'll grease that up as well. Grease is your friend, remember? Right, so that goes in that way. Yeah, I'm doing this cock-handed, I know. Right, so that goes back on. Right, the other one, get the air rag, give it a dry up. Give that a bit of a wipe down. So there's quite a lot on there of grease, but I like to have a lot of grease on there. You know it's going to be good. Right, so that goes on there. That goes in there, lovely. Right. Now grab the pin, put it for the first bit for that brake. Put that one on as well. It's way in, wasn't it? Right, let's put this back on the bike. And we've got the next fun job, bleeding the brakes, which I hate doing. I hate doing brakes. I've got like a bleed type kit, but it's not like something you can use like something in a car garage. It's just like a catch tank. So we've got a torque wrench. It's got a set. It says 30 newton meters. Mine starts at 42. Great working out. So we've got to try and what to do. Just set it to 40, and then we'll go back 10. Wait. I guess it was 12, so that'd be 2. Right, so that should be 30 there. That didn't seem like a lot to me. I'll do it a little bit more. Right. Just didn't seem like a lot of pressure for a front brake. That's definitely 30. So yeah. So that's what I'll do. Just always make sure as well you release pressure. Otherwise it overstretches the string. So when you leave it on tension, it'll tighten it, ruin the string, and then you won't ever have the right torque settings. So that's on there. What we'll do now is get some fluid, bleed it, job done. So I'm going to run to the shop, get some brake fluid, and then we'll finish this off, and then the bike should be good to go. I might even as well actually get some oil, depending on if I can bother it or not. Just top it up, I suppose. So yeah. Alright, so we're back. I put some oil in, oil? Alright, brake fluid. Brake fluid in. I'm just gonna start squeezing the brake lever, get some fluid into the brake, and then we'll start bleeding it. But this fluid looks a lot nicer than the stuff that was in there. So yeah, I think it's probably due replacing the oil anyway, in it. So yeah, we'll go from there. We'll just, like I said, you can't really see much. We're squeezing the brake lever, oil's going down into the brake, and then as soon as I get pressure there on the brake, we know we're there. Make sure that's topped up, start bleeding the brakes, and then that'll be right. All we've got down here is grab fuel, catch tank. That's all we need really. Just crack the nipple off, pump, keep pumping so there's no more bubbles coming out into the tube, and then that's pretty much done then. The one good thing about the back brake is drum, so I won't ever have to bleed that one, just adjust it. There we go. We're getting something there now. There's some feedback there, not a lot, still spongy. Right, so put some more fluid in, crack the nipple off, and then see what we got. Right, so we'll come back down here, so you can see my nipple down here. Well, you can't really see it, can you? It's a bit as close as I can get the camera in a minute, because I haven't got a good enough tripod for this. My tripod's either too small or too big, and this does not want to go on here. Normally it's alright, but I don't know why I don't want to go on this one. Right, so crack this one off. I need to keep the wheel straight and keep the pot level. I'm going to brake fluid everywhere, isn't it? Right, so we crack the nipple off, hold that on there, brake a bit more, And would you have it? There is actually not many bubbles in there. Yeah, there is. Right, hold that down, twist it by hand, lock it off. There you go. And we have a working front brake. Right, what I'll do is just give it a roll-in test, see what it's like. I'll drain in there. There you go, that's in there. Let's put the lid on my oil. Oh wait, yeah, we better top it up first, haven't we? Right, the top is up. Right, let's get the camera back up top so you can see what we're doing. Oh, cool, cushy. Right, so we've got our little rubber cap which sits on top. Don't know if I put too much oil in there. Just right. Right, I've made a rag. Right, just hold this around there a minute. Or I just push that down a bit more. Right, and then put the lid back on. Screws. Alright. I don't like this tripod too much. It's a bit wobbly. But, you know, let's just put the screws back on here. Like I said, if we go for a ride later, we'll find out if the brake works or not, won't we? So either crash or it'll work. So I'm going to try and head to the AC side, because I'm not far from me, from get to C side. There you go, squash it in there, all the fluid come up. Let's give it a good wet paper. I ain't too worried really about brake fluid getting everywhere. Don't really bother me, as long as it's not on the paint, like paintwork. It don't matter being on this, it's fine. Right, that brake works. Sort of deal. I'll just quickly rip that stand off and we'll give it a roll-in test, see how it is. Right, let's jump off the stand. My kickstand's down. There we go. Right, so let's do a roll-in test. Right, let's do a slow roll-in test, so we'll hold it on nicely. Let's do an easy one. Right, that seems to be fine. It seems about normal to how it was before. So yeah, front brake sorted, clutch fine, throttle, mirrors. Next to do is lights. So bang it on. Of course, this is what you got to start it to test the lights. So indicators, yep. So you can see the front working, back working, side ones. Yeah, they're both working. And we'll start a bike. Low beam, high beam, brake light. Yeah, all working fine. Oil's fine. Something I didn't do on the camera, I forgot to do, is the chain, but that's all greased up. So, the bike's ready for our ride.